2 consecutive Republican town halls here on CNN. The next one is tomorrow night in Columbia, featuring Ohio Governor John Kasich, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, and Donald Trump. Right now, please welcome Senator Marco Rubio of Florida. Hey, Senator, welcome. How are you? Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, welcome, first of all. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's a great place.
It's a beautiful building, yeah. I want to ask you about how it's feeling out on the campaign trail. After a 5th place finish in New Hampshire, some counted you out. You had a very good debate here, getting big crowds. Just today, a major endorsement from the South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Are you feeling the Marcomentum?
The Marcomentum. I do. I feel great about it. I mean, we feel a lot of energy. People coming to our rallies are each getting bigger. People signing up. Obviously, Saturday we'll find out. People are going to vote. But all I can do is our best. We've got a good message, and I know why I'm running, and I feel good about what that's going to translate to, so we'll see.
You probably know it's getting pretty tough out there. There's some accusations going back and forth. You called Ted Cruz a liar. He came out today, said your campaign is, quote, relying on fabrication, refuted claims point by point. Do you stand by the assertion that he's lying?
Well, I've said he's been lying because if you say something that isn't true and you say it over and over again and you know that it's not true, there's no other word for it. And when it's about your record, you have to clear it up, because if you don't, then people say, well, then it must be true. He didn't dispute it. And he's done that a number of times. We saw what he did to Dr. Carson in Iowa, which was wrong. We saw yesterday Trey Gowdy. Somebody came up with a fake Facebook post saying Trey Gowdy was no longer endorsing me, a very popular congressman here in South Carolina. So these things are disturbing and they need to be addressed, and I'll address them, but that's not the core of my campaign. I spend 99% of my time talking about America's future, but if someone says something that's not true and I don't clear it up, well, that's not fair. Then people may think, well, then it's true.
President Obama said something I want to ask you about, so you can respond to it. He said yesterday, you got a candidate who sponsored a bill that I supported to finally solve the immigration problem, and he's running away from it as fast as he can.
Yeah, but President Obama has no standing to talk about immigration because his party controlled the White House, the House, and the Senate for 2 years, and they did nothing. And then after Barack Obama has now put in place 2 unconstitutional executive orders, which has made it even harder to move forward on immigration. So I believe this issue has to be dealt with. And if you're serious about dealing with immigration, the only thing I'm saying is you better secure the border first. Nothing else is going to be able to happen. Nothing else can happen until you secure the border first. The people have been very clear about that. And until that's the key that unlocks the door to dealing with the rest of the issue. Until you do that, we just won't be able to make any progress.
But as you know, I mean, the president is saying you sponsored a bill that he supported.
Yeah, and it can't pass. It doesn't have the... People won't support a comprehensive approach to immigration. It's now been tried 3 times in the last decade. It has failed each time. And so now we have to understand that the only way forward is through a step-by-step approach that begins by finally securing our border. We're a sovereign country. Every country has a right to control who comes here, how they come here, when they come here. And we are the most generous country in the world on immigration.
Do you think it could pass when you sponsored it?
Well, I didn't think the Senate version would pass as is. I knew it wouldn't. In fact, I repeatedly said that during the process. I said, this bill is not strong enough. I understood the Democrats controlled the Senate, and so that's the best we could produce in a Senate controlled by Democrats. We wanted to send it to the House. We hoped the House Republicans, conservatives, would make it even better. They never took it up, and so there's no way forward. But I can just tell you, after that experience, for a fact, having been through that, no progress will be made on immigration in this country until we prove to the American people, not just pass a law, but prove to them that we've built the sufficient walls and fences on the border, that we have mandatory E-Verify, that we have an entry-exit tracking system to prevent visa overstays, and that we hire additional border agents and resources to secure the border.